Hey everybody, just wanted to welcome you to another episode 5 of Mentor Mondays. And I'm Noah and wanted to just give you guys some encouragement today. Have you ever noticed how there's a lot of people that want to be their own brand, and there's a lot of people that want to be in charge of their own business, entrepreneurs, leaders, parents, people that really want to go after it in life, but always find themselves just being on the cusp of really being breaking through the surface. And the question that I have is for you guys is, why don't leaders break out of the surface and be exposed? What happens? It's kind of like that one flower that grows all the way up, and breaks the surface and is seen above everybody else. The question that I have for you as a leader, or if somebody that's going after it, wanting to build themselves as a brand, build your own company, I really think it's a problem with owning it. I believe that there is a fear that individuals have, whether that's being known for being the best in your class. So if you're a student, it's the person that is really going to take ownership for the photography class that they're in, or really stepping out and being the artist that they want to be, or the musician that they want to be. I would say that most really have a hard time with exposure. Why? Well, I think it has a lot to do with having to own it and be responsible for it. For 30 years, I've been an entrepreneur, working, growing my brands, writing books, speaking, and it's been a lot of having to get over fear. And a lot of reasons why very few actually penetrate the surface and break free is because they're afraid of the responsibility that they're going to have to face once they actually go through the surface and break into that exposure. So instead, it's better just to own it a little bit, not full exposure, but just barely riding underneath the surface, because at that point they're not seen, because if they were seen, they're going to have to own it and take ownership for that. So I would encourage you that really take a second and really drill down to, why am I not owning it? Write that question down in your journal. Write that down in, like right now, if you're sitting at your office or you're sitting at home. Why is it that you're not completely 100% owning your job, owning your parenting, owning your marriage, owning your contribution to your friendships and your relationships? Why are you not 100% owning it? I believe what's holding us back is responsibility. The exposure would require us to actually have to be responsible with it. And so what happens with a lot of leaders? A lot of leaders will move into, a lot of parents will move into, hey, I'm going to really own this parenting thing. Well, that means that you're going to have to be responsible. You're going to have to adopt some new disciplines, that you're going to have to really implement those disciplines in your life. The same would go for your friendships. If you want to take your friendships to the next level and really own it, that's going to take some responsibility. So I would just encourage you with this. If you like the life that you're getting, excuse me, if you like the life that you're getting, I would ask you to just continue doing what you're doing. But if you want more out of life, I would really encourage you to stop for a second, take a look at what's around you, start looking at areas where you know you're half living or just half owning it, or don't really have your whole heart and your whole self into it, and really just take a moment to just take inventory and say, you know what, I could go bigger there, but what's holding me back? Typically, I will tell you this. It is the fear that you are when you are exposed, that you're not going to be able to handle the responsibility. And let me just give you some encouragement. Those areas where I had the biggest fears, where I found the biggest resistance, and the times when I actually took hold of it and owned it, it was in those moments where I didn't fail nearly as big as I thought I was going to. I was actually better at it than I thought I was going to be. It taught me more courage, taught me how to be more bold. But listen, I'm telling you, just take a bite-sized experiment this week by owning it. Write down those areas in life where you know you could own it a little bit better. Maybe that's in your exercise. Maybe that's in your craft, in your creativity, in your writing, in your painting, in your cooking, in whatever it is you're doing in life, your parenting, your friendships, the writing an encouraging blog post, writing an encouraging post on social media for somebody else. Really own what you've been entrusted. Own what you have in front of you, and take those moments and really own it, and see what happens when you step into that fear. I'm writing a new book called Fear Hunters, and it's really teaching me a lot about how much fear keeps people immobilized, keeps people in analysis paralysis of dreaming and thinking, but never really doing. You have an opportunity this week to go after it, to really make something happen. And it's not going to happen by sitting and thinking about it. It's going to happen by actually doing it. We acquire knowledge. We get book after book after binder, listen to TED Talks, listen to all these different, we're constantly getting poured into by podcasts and all these places of knowledge and talk with people. But you know what? Very few people do something with that knowledge. And knowledge does not become wisdom until we act upon it. So I wanted to encourage you this week. What if we actually went after it and got into that uncomfortable zone and started facing fear in the face and punching it in the face and going in and breaking the surface? Break the surface this week, you guys. I'm pumped for you. I hope you got something out of this. If you'd like to, check out noahuniversity.com for more info on my online mentorship university. We're open for enrollment right now. I hope you guys are having a great week. I look forward to next week for the next Monday Mentor. And leave a comment down below and also hit subscribe. Talk soon. See you later. Bye-bye.